Welcome back. With us right now from United Mutual is Janie Durrell, and she's here to tell us about a few different things, the board directors coming on, and some alterations and all kinds of stuff. And what committee are you with? I know you're with lots of committees, but...
Well, the committee that I chair is actually the Architecture and Standard Control Committee.
Yes, yeah.
But we like to just call it alterations.
Okay.
Yeah. So
very good. That's a little bit easier to say, I think.
It is. And it's a very intense and very interesting committee, and we try to work very closely with the member when they have to come to our committee to get approval, not just from our committee, but onto the board for final approval on anything that has to do that is not a standard alteration. Okay.
In fact, you know, someone came up here the other day and was asking about something. They were going, oh, we need some work done. Do you guys happen to know a contractor or something like that? And he saw some advertisement that we did. But I did tell him, I said, you know what, whatever you end up doing, make sure you check first to see if you need a permit. And he explained to me what they were doing, but I said, you know what, I don't know the answer to that. You need to find out to see if you need to go through the proper channels.
I can give you an example that we had last month where we had someone that had their unit on the market and it never did have a permit at all. So we had to contact the city, and the city closed down any action that was going on with that particular unit. They had to take it off the market. They had to go through the whole process of getting a permit and doing everything to our standards.
Oh, wow.
Along with the city codes and all. So,
interesting.
Yeah, does happen once in a while.
All right. And first you wanted to mention that the directors that will be coming on, 2 of them will be incumbents.
Yes, we have one incumbent, which is Cash Acker. I'm sorry, I have a hard time pronouncing his name.
Akrakar, I think.
Akrakar, yes. Thank you. And also Juanita Stillman, our president, will be back on the boards. And then we have 2 new board members, Manuel Amandes and Riza Bastani. And these are 2 new board members, and so we welcome them. And we also wanted to thank everybody in United that took time to cast your vote, and we had a turnout of 31.8% of our members, which was very good in the type of election that we just had. Yeah,
very good. And I want to mention to folks that coming up on Tuesday, United will have their annual board meeting, and it basically replaces their regular monthly meeting, and it will be in the boardroom. I know in years past they've done it at the Performing Arts Center, but this will be in the boardroom as Thirds was, and it will be at the normal time, meaning 9:30 Tuesday. So keep that in mind. You get to go down there and meet all the new folks that are there, and of course they also determine afterwards who's going to be the board president and officers and so on.
So one of the things I wanted to discuss today that has to do with our committee, and our committee met September the 26th, is going into our new fee program. And we also, at that time, discussed our alterations, which are things like window additions, bathroom additions, living room extensions, and those were some of the things that we did approve at our meeting. We also discussed the revision of the United Standard Windows and Window Attachments, which permits a manner alterations division to approve window modifications and new installations. So if we have approved in the past a standard type window, which would be an alteration at one time, but it becomes standard because a lot of people request to have this particular alteration completed, then we go ahead and have staff make those decisions because it's standard. And it's not just windows, it's a lot of things. It could be doors, it could be just moving or taking a wall away in, let's say, a Casa Linda unit. So instead of taking a lot of staff time and costing staff money, along with our time as the board and the committee, we set these standards alteration approvals,
Okay.
which makes life a lot easier for our members and their contractors. The committee is also working with staff, and they have discussed with us the fee schedule and
Okay.
variances request fees. And the fees have not been changed since 2009, and the process with staff has an average of 2,700 mutual consent applications over the counter, and that is people that come up to the counter without having to bother with staff.
Okay.
That can be approved, and like I said, there's been 2,700 of those types of applications on an annual basis. And over the process of this last year, with the fees, we have lost $31,962. And that's one of the reasons the fees are being raised,
Okay.
is because of the staff time involved, and we don't like to operate in the red.
Right.
And I'm sure our members don't like it either. So we have a current processing flat fee, which is $10. And we are raising that with the recommendation of our flat fee would be then changed to $35. And that way we will not be operating in the
Okay.
red on our processing. Alterations do not meet the mutual standard and require a variance request fee is based on the estimate value of the alteration. Variance request fees were raised to $100 in 2011, with the staff processing an average of 150 variances requests annually. And a staff requires significant staff time for proper processing. Staff is recommending an increase to $150. And this is, we're not trying to make any profit on this.
Right.
This is a break-even figure that
Okay.
they've come up with. The committee also discussed a new conformance deposit, and our staff has encountered numerous instances in which a contractor working for a member on an approved alteration has damaged or broken mutual property or violated mutual rules and policies. Additionally, members and contractors consistently fail to contact Manor Alteration Division for a final inspection. This creates potentially unsafe property conditions and unrecorded alterations. This deposit will require the contractor working with the community to pay a refundable deposit of $250 for any project over $500. This fee will be refundable after the final inspection and signed off and the notice of the city final inspection. If no final inspection is ordered, the deposit will be retained by the mutual and used to offset the cost of administration, repairs, and damages. So this is a protection for us. Number one, it's going to help us be aware of which particular contractor has not come in for a final inspection,
Okay.
either with a mutual or through the city permit department. And the $250 then will be used for processing and then coming back on that particular member that we do not have a final inspection. And
Okay.
it seems like we have run into a few of these, as I mentioned the one earlier, where people go ahead and they either do not contact our division or the city for final inspection, or they just don't even get a permit at all.
Right. Right.
So this will help us kind of be able to manage these contractors that are seem to be a little bit lazy about coming in and doing the final inspections.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And, you know, all it takes is a little pre-planning by people and taking that step to do things right and to avoid problems at the end. Yeah. Nobody wants to put something in and then figure out or find out later that it was wrong and have to take it out or change it. It just costs everyone more time and money.
That's exactly what's happening with that particular one that I mentioned. And, you know, then the member is not happy, the contractor's not very happy, and we're doing it mainly for safety.
Right.
You know, and following the codes, the federal codes, the city codes, and our regulations and policies that we have within
Yeah.
the village.
Yeah, very good.
So our next meeting will be October the 24th, and everybody is welcome to come and sit in on our committee and see how we work.
Very good.
Most of the time, I would say sooner or later that a lot of our members will be coming into our department, maybe to our committee, and doing some alterations and improvements within their own units.
Yeah, sooner or later, most
Yeah.
people will, right?
Yeah.
All right, thank you very much. Anything else you'd like to add?
Not really, just if you are interested in the functions of our board, please try and come to all of our committee meetings. That's how you learn
Right.
what we're all about, and then it's easy for everybody to understand when we have fees that we have to raise,
Right.
and why do the boards and why do the committees make the decisions that they make.
All right, very good. Thank you very much. Good to
You're
see you.
welcome. You're welcome.
And remember, United's annual meeting is coming up on Tuesday. We'll be right back.